Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today, we're going to learn a little bit about the Stimpak Diffuser. It's a pretty rare item in the game, so rare that most players have never touched one. One of the Pioneer Scout challenges, the Tadpole Medic Challenge, actually requires you to use 3 of them, but outside of that, you probably haven't thought much about it. Today, we'll cover where to get the plan to craft them, what items you need, and how to get the most out of your crafting if you're fortunate enough to get a hold of the plan. Remember, if you like videos like this one, be sure to subscribe. I post lots of Fallout 76 content every week on the channel, and I don't want you to miss any of it. With that out of the way, first things first, where do you get this elusive plan? Well, turns out the only way to get your hands on it is to complete the Project Paradise event with all 3 friendly creatures alive. That's right. You need a perfect finish to one of the toughest events in the game. That's not as impossible as it sounds, especially with an organized group, but it is tough. For a detailed walkthrough of the event, you can click the link in the top right or check the description after you're finished here. Once you have the plan, you'll need to craft some Stimpak Diffusers. Before you do that, you want to make sure you have 2 perks equipped. Chemist, which will double your crafting output for chems and healing items, and Super Duper, which, when maxed out, gives you a 30% chance to double your crafting output. Now, we need to head to a chemistry bench to craft the item and see what materials we need. Fortunately, the Stimpak Diffuser doesn't require anything particularly exotic. 2 adhesive, 2 aluminum, 1 spring, and 1 Stimpak Super. With Chemist equipped, that'll make 6 Stimpak Diffusers. It's a pretty solid bang for your crafting buck. The junk items are pretty common. Most players will have plenty of these in their stash boxes already, so there's not much point in my going into deep detail about where to farm them. The hardest thing to get is the Stimpak Super. If you need some, typically just doing a few public events will get you enough to craft a bunch of Stimpak Diffusers, or you can check the map for player vendors selling Stimpaks. Odds are, you'll find some quickly enough. With the recipe producing so many at one time, you don't need many to build up quite a bit of a stockpile. Now that we know where to get the recipe and how to make them, you might want to know just what the hell a Stimpak Diffuser actually does. Well, it works a lot like a regular Stimpak, but instead of being injected into yourself, it sprays out a mist that heals you and any teammates that are nearby. Unlike regular Stimpaks, they also work even if you're at full health, so you can use them to heal teammates anytime, even when your own health isn't low. I can imagine these being especially useful during big boss fights like the new Colossal Problem event, or Encrypted, where there's a lot of things draining players' health. Just put these on your speed dial instead of regular Stimpaks, and you'll keep your whole team healed up, which is a big help with damage over time threats. While Stimpak Diffusers are potentially useful items, and one that you need for a Tadpole badge, the real reason you want to learn this plan is money. You can craft these in large numbers for very few resources, and there aren't a lot of players selling them, so when you put them in your vending machines, you can bet that they'll move. I know the plan on 2 of my characters, and they typically sell really quick. While I price them at the listed 20 caps each, I imagine you could sell them for more pretty easily. I sell everything cheap. You probably don't want to come to me for pricing advice, so do what you want in that regard. But even at that price, when I can put 50 to 100 in the vending machine, those caps start to add up really quickly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much everything you need to know about the Stimpak Diffuser. It's a really easy item to craft, quite useful, and very valuable for vendors. Unfortunately, it's quite a challenge to actually get a hold of the recipe, but ultimately worthwhile. I'll put another link to my Project Paradise walkthrough video at the end of this one, as well as in the description so you know how to attack the event with your friends and get your hands on the recipe. As always, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, or anything in between, go ahead and like, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe so you don't miss any of the Fallout 76 videos I upload every week on the channel. Till next time, I'm Fisty McRib.